Well, guys, we've warned about this since before session even began. Once the budget bill was done, Kathy Hochul's allies here in Albany would immediately turn their attention to trying to pass more insane gun control. That is happening today in the Senate Codes Committee. Guys, if you're pressed for time, whatever else you do, take a moment and fire off the pre-written email campaigns we've prepared for you below, telling this committee and your senator to vote no on S4277 and S362. Aaron Dorr here, guys, New York State Firearms Association. These bills, like all of the rest of the gun control here in New York, would do two things: help criminals and hurt innocent New Yorkers. Everyone knows it. Hochul knows it. Her allies know it. They simply don't care. Their goal is to disarm as many of us as they possibly can. Here's what these two bills would do. S4277 would ban the sale and possession of any 50 cal hunting rifles in New York State. Any of them already in circulation would have to be registered like a good little boy with the government, and we have to get a little government permission card to say we can own a 50 cal rifle. It's totally unconstitutional. It won't stop any crime. It's absolute garbage. Now, if you're wondering why you should care if you don't own a 50 cal rifle, the answer I would hope is very simple. Once this law is in effect, should it become law, it's very easy for Hochul's allies to add additional calibers to this list. Maybe the next one's a .338 Lapua, for example. And all of a sudden, the big bore hunting rifles that you and I own would have to be registered with New York freaking state. It's disgusting stuff. And if you're asking this question, why anyone needs a 50 cal hunting rifle, you're asking the wrong question. The right question is, why does our government have the right to take them away from us? Guys, fire off that email, because don't forget, criminals don't register their guns. This bill only impacts you and me. And speaking of that, S362 creates a mandatory 10-day waiting period on the sale of all firearms in New York State. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, it doesn't matter. 10-day waiting period on every single one of these sales. And don't forget, this bill passed the Senate last year, but it died in the Assembly. And I believe we can kill these bills again this year. More on that in just a moment. But this bill, as we all know, will get innocent New Yorkers, especially women, killed. It's just that simple. I mean, imagine being a woman with a stalker here in New York State. You have no pistol permit, so you can't buy a semi-automatic rifle. You can't buy a handgun right now. What you can do still, because our government allows us to do it, is to buy a shotgun. You walk into your gun store nearby you, you walk into Runnings or someplace else, you say, help, I need to buy a shotgun. Here's my ID. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Run a NICS check. Sell me a shotgun. And they say, well, we'll take your money and we'll do the NICS check, but then we have to wait 10 days to actually hand you the firearm you've paid for. It's absolute insanity. Criminals are running wild in New York State, and if this bill passes, we have to wait 10 days to buy a gun. Absolute insanity. And like the other bill, once this bill becomes law, should it become law, it can and it will be expanded. A 10-day waiting period could become 14 days. It could become 21 days. It could become 30 days. You see what I'm saying? And the first time a criminal goes through that process, first of all, they just don't do it. If they ever did, and they then committed a crime, they would use the actions of that criminal to justify raising the waiting period again and again and again. It's absolute insanity. Now, the good news is that I believe we may be able to stop these bills. Maybe, maybe not. Last year, we defeated the 10-day waiting period. It passed the Senate. It died in the Assembly. Since that time, though, a couple things have happened. Number one, President Trump got 43% of the vote last fall, the highest number of any GOP nominee in 40 years in New York State. Sure, Kamala Harris carried the state, but that victory, as far as a percentage, 43% from President Trump, has shaken the Democrats here in Albany, at least those who are in vulnerable districts. The other thing is Kathy Hochul's poll numbers. It's all over the news. You've seen this. We've covered it. She has a 55% disapproval rating. 36% is her approval rating. There are many people across the country and across the state who believe that this gubernatorial race, regardless of who the GOP nominee is, will be the most competitive in recent memory. In fact, people are saying Hochul could actually lose her reelection here in New York. That is the damage that she has done to her own reputation with the horrible policies she has passed in New York State. Our insiders tell us that right now there are Democrat lawmakers who are actively talking to Hochul, saying the last thing you need, the last thing we need is to have more reasons for the people to hate us in the elections next year. That's why I believe we may be able to stop these bills, but we have to hammer on the Senate right now on these two bills. Again, we're talking about S4277 and S362. The good news is all the hard part is done for you. Hit the links beneath this video. That email is pre-written and it goes right to your senator's inbox once it has your address to know who your senator is. Take action. Share it online. Make sure everyone you know who cares about gun rights fires off their emails, and we'll keep you guys informed. And guys, finally, if you haven't yet done so, go to joinnysfa.com. Become a member of the New York State Firearms Association today. More to come, guys. Stay free. Hey, guys, the New York State Firearms Association is fighting like hell to hold the line here in Albany to make sure our children's children have a right to keep and bear arms. Get involved in this fight today. First, follow us on X. Second, sign up for text alerts from us. And number 3, like and subscribe for more content.